warm this morning. It's really cold where I am. I don't know about you. So yeah, good morning. Good to see you joining up with us this morning as we continue our coding adventure. Kaylee, Khanya, it's great to see you joining us again this morning. You know very well who I am, and I hope that you've already started to, as we've gone through this week, think about how could you make something really, really cool with coding that's going to help lots and lots and lots of people. Because I know you guys, I know that you've got some really, really great ideas, and I'm here to help if you need, but otherwise, you're going to be able to think of some great coding ideas and ways that you can use tech to help people. And I'll show you just a little bit later on exactly what you might think of as you do that. And of course, mom and dad can help, but they're not the ones who need to do, who can do it all. But as I said, we'll speak about that shortly. My first question for you is, where do we use coding? That's what Susie and I want to ask you this morning. This is Susie the dog, in case you've forgotten, or perhaps you haven't met her just yet. This is Susie the dog. And I want to ask you, where do we use coding? Where do we see coding showing up? Is it in books? Is it in trees? Do birds do it up in the sky? Where do we see coding happening? If you've got an idea, remember, you can put your hand up, or you can even just ask mom or dad or whoever's with you, the adult who's with you, to drop a message in the chat. And that's how we can talk and how we can interact. Kaylee is very much awake this morning. Good morning, Kaylee. Where do you see us? Where do we use coding?
On laptops, on computers, on TVs, cell phones.
Yeah, cell phones as well. That's an interesting one that you said as well, that on TVs. You know, we're seeing that more and more nowadays. If you're using a subscription service where you watch TV online, then that needed to be coded. Some people needed to sit and actually code that and give that computer the instructions so that it will show us video and all those sorts of things. Great thinking there, Kaylee. And hi, Khanya. And where else? Where do you see coding? Where do we use coding?
At phones, tablets, also at machines.
Oh, good. Okay, so machines. I like that you added that one as well. So you've said on phones, on tablets, like Susie, the doggy here, is using right now, and on machines. That's a very interesting one, because if we combine a machine, something that moves and does some computing, well, we would need a way to control that, a way to give that instruction so that it does things, whether that's lifting something up or putting something together. That needs to be coded and programmed. Absolutely brilliant thing. Oh, sorry about that. So great thinking in that. So we use coding in all sorts of places. So that's what I want you to have in your mind as you think of, how can I be creative with my coding and use it in lots of different places, specifically for our Frinovate competition, which you've heard me mention a little bit, and I want to speak a little bit more about now. So with this competition, you've got this week all the way up until Sunday at 8 o'clock in the evening to submit your project. And what it is using technology to solve a problem in your community or school. So we've spoken about, and we're going to carry on speaking about, how we might use technology and use coding to solve the problem of lots of rubbish that's in the ocean, that's in the sea, that's in the waters, that's hurting fish and turtles and seagulls and all of that. So that's what we as a group have been focusing on this week. But you're going to need to think of other ideas as well. Unless you've got a great idea around this and you want to run with that, you absolutely can. Otherwise, you can think of, hey, what are some of the problems that we have in our community or school? Is there a bullying problem? Is there a problem where boys and girls are coming to school and maybe they don't have enough food, they haven't eaten in the morning, or whatever it might be? Maybe moms and dads getting stuck in traffic on the way to work. I wonder what the solution to these problems could be. So let me take you through exactly what we're going to be, or what the judges rather, are going to be looking for when they are judging. So here's more information. I'll say out loud, but if you're a mom and dad or whoever's, whichever adult is there with you, you can of course look along as well. So all projects need to be uploaded by 3rd of May. That's on Sunday. Oh, which isn't that far away. Can you believe it's Thursday already? My goodness. It is Thursday, right? I'm not imagining that. Oh, thank you very much. Yes, it is Thursday. Okay, you're going to be able to upload your projects and share them with me. I'll show you, if you want to use Scratch Junior, I'm going to show you by the end of this lesson exactly how you might go about doing that. And this is what your projects are going to be judged on. So if you are entering and you are wanting to use coding or technology to solve a problem in your school or community, you need to think of how new or original is this idea? Are you just taking an idea that's already there and not changing it at all? So you need to be innovative. You need to think of something new, a new way of solving this problem. You need to think of, does it actually solve a problem? Or is it a problem that doesn't really exist at all? Then is it practical? So could this actually be done? Now, as you start to think of solutions to the problem, don't worry about starting with, is it realistic? Could we really do it? Now, get onto that later on as you look at solutions. And then, does it work? Is it functional? Is the code that you use, so what we have in Scratch Junior, is it clean? Does it make sense? Is it easy for someone to see what's going on and do? Again, this is if you use Scratch Junior, but you could construct, you could build, you could, whatever you would like to do in that. And that's going to form part of your presentation. How are you showing this idea to the judges? Was it clear? Was it easy to understand? And of course, you can ask mom or dad or your guardian, whoever is with you, to help you with that. So that's how the judging of that will be done. And I think that's basically it. Oh, let me just mention once again that in the foundation phase, there are the top 3 projects are going to win prizes. So that's all the way from grade 0 all the way up to grade 3s. And then up over there, there are prizes including laptops, microbits, Arduinos, and Raspberry Pis. So you could win some amazing prizes over here. But more importantly, you could help to solve a real problem. You could already, even though you're not that tall yet and you're not that big yet, you could already start to change the world and make it a better place. And technology, if that makes sense. If there are any questions or anything like that, remember, you can put your hand up, you can email me, you can let me know. For now, let's jump back over to the slideshow and let's see what we are doing this morning. Let's be robots. Woohoo! Have you seen robots around? We've on Monday, I think it was, we even watched a short video of a dancing robot that was really cool. But robots look different and they can do lots and lots of different things. And they need to be given instructions to do those things. Before we get onto all those instructions and all those things, I would like to hear your best robot voice. So what do you think, if a robot could speak, what do you think that robot would sound like? Let's hear. What do you think robots sound like? Oh, Khanya and Kaylee are very excited for this. So let's start with Khanya. Yes, Khanya. What do you think a robot might sound like?
I am a robot.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. I am a robot. That was really good. Let's hear from Kaylee. Yes, Kaylee. What do you think a robot sounds like?
Beep, 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 boop.
Oh. That's brilliant. Maybe it just beeps and boops. I really like, I've loved how that's kind of happened. I know with my son, whenever we play robots, or with my daughter, we're going meep, mop, meep, mop, meep, mop. Let's hear from Lumi. Yes, Lumi, what do you think a robot might sound like?
Robot in action.
Whoa, that's a really cool one. Robot in action. I really like that one. And that's what we're going to be this morning. We're going to be robots in action. first thing I want to show you before we get onto the game that we're going to play together is something that you asked for yesterday, and that is a worksheet. So you were saying, hey, Mr. O, do you have any worksheets for us? And yes, I do indeed. I've got one that's really cool. I'm dropping it in the chat right now. And I also want to show you what it looks like. So I'm going to share that with you in just a moment. We're going to have a quick look at it. It won't take very long to look at this. So let me just quickly pull it up. There we go. Okay, so over here, this is from Scratch Junior, and these are our motion, not just motion blocks, these are all of the blocks that we have in Scratch Junior, which mom and dad, or whoever's there with you, the adult who's with you, a great idea, if you would like, is to print these out. They don't need to be huge, but print them out in black and white or without color. And then, boys and girls, then you can try to find, you can look at the block and try to see, what color is this in Scratch Junior? And then you can color it in. And then this is the coolest part. This is super cool. Okay. So then what you're going to do is you can cut it out. It's a pretty tricky one to cut out if we're honest. You can cut these out, and then you can put them together just like we do in Scratch Junior. And you can use that to turn your mom or dad or brother or sister or cousin or friend into a robot as well. And you can lay them out on the floor or on a table or wherever, maybe even up on a board with press stick. And you can put down the instructions, this code to control your friend or mom or dad or whoever. So you can try to use these to control your friend. They can follow these instructions just like a robot would. I hope that makes sense. Otherwise, you can just play around with them and enjoy them because I think they're really quite fun. Okay, let's jump on over then to our robot game. And this one might look familiar to one or two of you. It's a really, really one that we put together at the start of the year when we were coding there as well. And what this program does is it allows us to choose how many steps we want to have in our robot program. And remember, we are the robots. So the instructions that we get from here, which I'll say out loud and we'll see, we're going to need to do those. Okay, so let's say we only want 2 steps in our robots program. And how long does each step take? I think this is still seconds. I can't even remember how long I made this for. I think that's about 2 seconds then. Let's see. So 2 steps and they'll each take 2 seconds. Let's push ready. There we go. So here are our instructions where we have touch chin and then touch toes. Okay. And when we push go, so we're not going to do it just yet. So don't worry if you think that you're falling behind. We're going to stand up and do this in just a moment. When I push go, I'm going to say go. Do the first one. Touch your chin. And then you see it moves and shifts like that. And then we touch our toes. And when they've all got this border around them, that means that this program is done and we have as robots. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Now, let's make sure that you are up and ready. So stand up, stand up. No, don't just keep sitting. Come on, stand up. There you go. Good. Okay, so we're all standing up. Let's hear. How many steps do you guys think we should have? I want to hear from you. In our first run of this program, how many steps should we have in our program? Should we have 3? Should we have, I don't know. Let's hear. Yes, Lumi, how many do you think that we should have in our first program?
We should have 6
Oh, 6. Okay, let's go. Let's put it in there. 6 steps. That's great. Let's do that. And then let's hear, Kaylee, how long do you think we should have for each one? At the moment, it's just got 2 seconds for each one. So we've got 2 seconds to complete that, that program, that step. How many seconds do you think we should have for each one?
8.
8 seconds? Whoa, that's going to take really long. Okay, let's try it. Let's see what that's like. So we're going to have 8 seconds. We need to do each of these steps in. Let's change it just a little bit to say for each one of these steps, we need to do it for 8 seconds. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Let's go ready. Oh, okay, good. So we've got a whole bunch over here. Okay, I like how this is going to go. I'm excited for this one. Okay, so you ready? Are you standing up? We've got things like spin around. Oh, are we going to get dizzy for 8 seconds spinning around? My goodness. Okay, let's go. So it's going to be spinning around, squeaking like a mouse, saying something silly, touching our nose, touching our shin. They're close by our feet. I hope you know where your shin is. And then we are going to blink 5 times. We're going to blink 5 times for 8 seconds. I wonder how we do that. Yeah, let's figure it out when we get there. Okay, I'm going to push. Are you ready for this? Nod your head if you're ready. Good. I can't see if you nodded your head. I'm just going to believe that you did. Okay, we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Spin around, 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 spin around. Okay, squeak like a mouse. Squeak, 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 squeak. Whoa, this is going so quickly. Say something silly. Now touch your nose. Now touch your shin. Now blink 5 times. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, that took me by surprise. Why did that go so quickly? Huh. I think there's a bug in the program. Let's take this down a bit and let's see if that's different. I want to see why it did that. Let's reset our program and push go. And if it's 2, then it's longer. Well, that's pretty interesting. Maybe the steps part doesn't actually even do anything. Okay, well, let's just leave it as 2 then. And let's reset over there. Okay, so you got the idea? Let's try it once again with 6 steps still, and then we'll change it up just a little bit. Okay, so it's going to be touch your nose twice, then tickle yourself, then touch your shoulders, then touch your shin, and then hop on your right foot. Okay, are you ready for this? Okay, and let's go. Touch your nose. Touch your nose again. And now tickle yourself. And now touch your shoulders. And then touch your shin. And now hop on your right foot. And we did it. Yes. Okay, that's great. Now let's do another program and let's choose how many steps we want in this program. How many steps you guys want in this next one that we do? Okay, let's hear from Khanya. Yes, Khanya, how many steps do you think we should have in this next program?
7.
7. Oh, okay. So we're going to increase it a bit. We're going to have 7. That's cool. And we'll just keep this over here because I think that's maybe not working. That's a bug in my code. Sometimes our code doesn't work first time, and that's totally all right. Even after 10 times, it sometimes doesn't work. Okay, and then let's just reset over there. And now what we can do is we can look at these. I'm going to say them out loud. And you need to think, is there one of those that I want to change, that I want to be different? Because we are able to tap or click on these, and then it'll change them. Okay, so we've got sit down, pinch tummy. So you're going to have to pinch your tummy. Oh boy. Spin around, then jump, then pinch tummy again. Then hop on your left foot and then touch your chin. So I see there are 2 pinch tummies. I'm going to change one of those. I just want to show you how to change. And then we're going to hear from you if there are any others that you want to change. So I'm going to tap that. There we go. Okay, so now it's changed to stick out tongue. Okay, interesting. Okay, yes. Kaylee, which one would you like to change?
I'd like to change touch chin, this red block.
Okay, let's change it. Let's see. Touch knees, is that better? Or should we change it again? A touch knees. Okay, we'll keep it as sit down, pinch tummy, spin around, jump, stick out tongue, hop on your left foot and touch your knees. That's great. Oh, Zoe might want to change one. Good morning, Zoe. Which one would you like to change? Zoe, are you there?
I'm using my sister's computer.
Oh, are you? I hope she knows about it. Are there any of these that you would like to change, or do you like how they all sound? Sit down, pinch tummy, spin around, jump, stick out tongue, hop on left foot, or touch knees. Do those all sound good to you?
Hop on left foot. I want to change that one.
Okay, let's change it. We'll change it to, scratch elbow. Does that one sound good? Great. I think that'll be better. Okay, let's run with that now. Okay, so I hope that you are standing up because right at the start, we're going to have to sit down. This is going to get interesting because we've got to sit down on this first one, and then we've got to spin around and then jump, and we're still sort of sitting down. Maybe I think we should change then the sit down, because it's not going to work if we're sitting down and then we need to jump and spin around and all that. So let's change that to touch nose. I think we can do better. Touch shin, tickle yourself. That's always fun. Pinch tummy, scratch elbow, touch nose. Oh, say something silly. I like that one. Okay. Hope you're standing up. Let's get ready in 3, 2, 1. Say something silly. And pinch your tummy. Oh, spin around. And now jump. Stick out your tongue. Now scratch your elbow, and touch your knees. Ooh. Hey, that one was a little bit more tiring than I expected it to be. That was really fun. Okay, should we do just one more before we get onto our coding? Because I think we're getting this concept that we can act and we can pretend to be robots as well. And a robot or a computer gets instructions and then tries to do those instructions. Sometimes if those instructions don't make sense, then we have a bug and it might not work very well. Like when it said we should be sitting down and then try to spin around. That didn't quite work. But what's also really nice is that we can change those instructions. We just need to see exactly where to change, because a robot will only do exactly what you tell it to do. Okay, so let's hear. How many steps should we have in our robots program this time? How many should we have for our last one? How many should we have? Let's see. Oh, so just while you think of that, if you would like to play this game at home, mom and dad or anything, or anyone over there, I will keep it up over there and you can go to that link. I've put it in the chat. So if you would like to go there, and it still looks all right on mobile, so you'll be able to see that as well. Okay, so if you do want to play that, then you can go ahead and do that over there. Okay, let's hear from Kaylee. Yes, Kaylee, how many steps do you think we should have in our robots program this time? 8. Oh, okay. We're getting to quite a few over there. That's very cool. And Lumi, did you want to add any on that? How long do you think it should be this time?
10.
Whoa, 10. It's just getting more and more. Okay, let's increase it even further. We're going to make it 10. Whoa. And now Zoe also says that we should maybe change it and maybe increase it, or let's hear. Yes, Zoe, how many do you think we should do? Yes, Zoe, how many do you think we should have in here? We've got 10 at the moment. How many should we do?
9.
Oh, 9. Okay, so you're saying, well, let's go back in between all of the ones we said. I think that's quite fair, because Kaylee, who said? Yeah, Kaylee said 8, and then Lumi said 10, and you've said let's go right in between those. Oh, I think that's absolutely brilliant thinking. So we're going to have 9 steps in this. Let's go. Ready. And here we go. Here they all are. Oh, I like all the colors. I like how, yeah, anyways. So the steps that we've got are spin around, touch shin, tickle yourself, say something silly. I think that's my favorite one. Laugh. Ooh, we haven't done that one yet. Spin around, laugh, hop on your right foot, and touch your nose. Let's hear. Are there any of those that you want to change? Which ones should we change? Should we change any of them? Oh, let's hear. Yes, Kaylee. Kaylee, yes. Which one do you think we should change?
The yellow block.
The yellow block. Which one? This laugh? This one over here? Okay, let's change that one to it's touch nose. Do you want to keep it as touch nose, or should we change it again?
Change it again.
Yeah, I think so too. Ooh, should we do spin around? I think that'll be a good one, hey?
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep that one. Yes, Lumi. Any other ones that you want to change, Lumi?
I want to change the one that is light green.
Light green. Which one? This one? The second
No,
one?
the other one.
This one over here. This light green. Okay, step 3, tickle yourself. Let's see what we can change it to. It's changed to laugh. Do you like that one? Should we keep it as laugh?
No, change it again.
Again, touch ears. Should we do that one?
Yes.
Okay. Great. That one's going to be a little bit tricky for me because I'm wearing some headphones over my ears. I'm going to have to try to make a plan with that one. Okay, and let's hear from Zoe. Zoe, any ones that you would like to change in here? Any of these that you think should be different? I wonder which one we're going to change with Zoe. Yes, Zoe, which one should we
change the purple one?
The purple one, this one over here, the say something silly. Oh, my favorite one. Well, that's okay. Let's change it. Let's see what we get. It's spin around. Do you want to keep it as spin around?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. You guys like to spin around. We've got 3 spin arounds in here that I can count. 1, 2, 3. Whoa. Oh, 4 even, because we're starting with it. We're going to be so dizzy. Okay, let's go. Are you ready? And we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, go. Spin around, spin around, spin around, spin around. And then, okay, and now we're touching shin, touch your shin, touch your shin, touch both shins. Oh, now we're touching ears, touch your ears. Oh, I'm going to take it off there. Touch ears, touch ears. Okay, now spin around again. Whoa, spin around. Now laugh. Ha, 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 ha. Spin around some more, spin around some more, spin around some more. Oh, and spin around even more. Keep spinning. Don't fall over. Now hop on your right foot, hop on your right foot, hop on your, and nasty touch your nose. Robot power down. Well done, robots. I hope that was super fun. I like that game, I must admit. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you can kind of understand and see a little bit more how robots work, that they need to be given instructions from us and they can only do exactly what we say. So when we have problems in our code, as much as we want to blame our computers or blame whatever's going on over there, a lot of the time it's just because we need to put things in the right sequence, in a better sequence so that it works. Okay, so now we're moving once again onto our project. We're going to be finishing off our project that we did yesterday. You'll see exactly what that was. Maybe you weren't with us. Don't worry, we'll catch you up on that. And then we're going to be moving on to our brand new project where we are trying to see how can we make the world a better place. Specifically, we're going to be thinking about, can we code a robot in Scratch Junior that can pick up rubbish under the water? Ooh, I'm excited to see what we come up with that one. Okay, so let's now jump on over to Scratch Junior. We'll get there in just one moment. I've just got to find it. Where did my Scratch Junior go? I think I've found it now. So in Scratch Junior, what we were doing yesterday with this was we had 2 friends over here, or 2 girls over here. We had Norma, and we didn't give this girl a name. We just said that's a girl. We've also got a fairy over here. And let's go full screen, and we're going to see what we coded so far. So we said when we push the green flag, then this girl drops that litter, and then Norma is walking all the way over to it. So the last step that we're going to have for now is we want Norma to pick that rubbish up. So we want it to look like it's maybe coming up and then it disappears. So it goes away. We also said, hey, maybe we should have her put it in the rubbish bin. And I think that's a brilliant idea. And that's something that you can work on if you redo this project yourself. And if you are joining us for the first time this morning and you're not quite sure how we got to this place, don't worry. We've got all the videos uploaded online. You can go to Miss Zora to watch them, or they are up on our YouTube channel. If you're struggling to find them, please do let me know and I will help you with that. Okay, so let's come back over here. This is where we are. What code do you think we need to put in order or so that when this rubbish, when Norma walks all the way over to this rubbish and she stands on it, that it maybe comes up and then it disappears? What do you think we could do? Maybe this isn't something that you've done before. Quite possibly not. I wonder what we could do. What code do you think we could use to solve this problem? Any ideas, Zoe? Oh, we can't hear yet. Okay, maybe your hand is up just by accident. If you do have an idea, you can put your hand up again. So first thing that we're going to need to do, oh yes, Zoe, are you ready to say?
I didn't do this.
Oh, you didn't do it. Okay, so let me actually show you a little bit more then. So what is happening is we've added in a bunch of characters. So first one that we added was a fairy. And look, when I click or tap on the fairy over here, it shows me the code. It shows us the code that is attached to the fairy. These are the instructions that we are giving to this fairy. And it says, when we tap the green flag, then this fairy should go up once and should go down once. And then when it gets to the end of that, it should repeat it. So it should go back to the start and then just keep on doing that forever. And if we tap the green flag, we can see that's what the fairy is doing. We can even see what the code looks like as it runs over here. And she's just going to keep on doing that forever and ever. And then we also said this girl over here, she doesn't have any code attached to her. But what we did is we created our very own new character, we'll call it, but it's actually a piece of litter. And we did that by drawing. So we went wherever you see the paintbrush, that means that it's some way that you can edit, you can change it, you can paint it and create and be very creative with that. So if we tap on that, then we see this is where we drew a triangle. And then we colored it in with a color that we liked, like that. And then we even drew some lines on it with a different color, kind of like that. Okay, so I'm going to just get rid of this for now. So that's just a very quick way of how we did that. And that's how we made this piece of rubbish. And we said what we want to happen is that when we started, this rubbish should go down and land on the floor. You see how it goes and it lands on the floor? There you go. And then we should have Noma over here. She should walk all the way from this side of the screen all the way to the rubbish so that she can pick it up. Okay, so that I hope that you're all caught up a little bit over there. If you're not quite sure what all of these things do, don't worry. You can in Scratch Junior. We learned this yesterday. You just try things out. Just drag them in, tap them, see what happens. So now what we want to have happen is all on this litter. So we're going to focus in on the litter and give the litter instructions because it needs an instruction for when it is bumped into. Now, there might be an interesting little bug over here. I'm actually excited to see if this does or doesn't work. We're going to use an event that we haven't used together this week, but it's actually super handy. Remember, if we want to see what an event or a block does, we can just tap on it. This one says start on green flag. This one says start on tap character. This one says start on bump character. That's the one that we want. When Norma bumps into this, in fact, yeah, let's just leave it like that. So Norma's going to, when she bumps into this, we want this rubbish to do something. And let's say for now, we want it to just move up. Okay. So when someone bumps into this rubbish, we want it to move up. Let's see what this does. Did you see there? Did you see there was a little bit of a bug that it bumped into this girl and so it didn't work. It didn't work how we wanted it to. So all of that code ran. So have a look down here at the bottom. When I push the green flag, it's picking up immediately that it's bumped into this girl. Okay. So how do you think we might be able to solve it? I can think of maybe one or two ways that we could figure this out. What do you think we should do to solve this bug, which is just a problem in your code when your code isn't running nicely? Can you think of any solutions to that? Let's think about it. Okay, let's look at it. We know that it's a problem when it bumps into this girl, but we only want it to run certain code when Norma bumps into it. Okay, Kaylee might have an idea. Yes, Kaylee, what do you think we might be able to do here?
Why not we go to the yellow box and Norma can send a message to the rubbish and it can disappear.
Oh, very good thinking. So Kaylee's taking it to another.
So after she's done her code, it will go instantly.
Oh, that is such good thinking. You know what? I think we're going to do that one. I think we're going to run with that one. Let's hear if there's another solution, but I really like your thinking in that. And let's hear from Zoe. Yes, Zoe, what do you think? You have any ideas? Yes, Zoe. It's a bit of a tricky one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's try and run with Kaylee's idea, because I think that's a really, really good one. I want to show you what my solution might have been. What I was going to do is I was just going to move this a little bit further away from this girl so it doesn't pick up that it's been touched by her. Now, that doesn't look as good. I would agree with you on that, but it still solves the problem in kind of the short term. So that was one way of doing it. So now okay, let me show you the full flow of it, and then we're going to go to the slightly more advanced version of it, which might be a little bit confusing if you haven't done it before, but if you practice and play with it, then you're going to get it. Okay, so I've come over to the looks block over here. I've got my litter selected. See, it's got the orange highlight around it. And I've come to the pink section over here, this pink button, and I see there's one that says hide. So what we're going to say is when the litter is bumped into by Norma, then it's going to go up and then it's going to hide. So we won't be able to see it anymore. Let's have a look to see what that looks like. Let's make it nice and big. So there it gets dropped. It goes up. Ah, there we go. And she picked it up. So that is one way of doing it. But I think that Kaylee's way is absolutely brilliant. Oh, have you also noticed we can't see it? Let's see if, okay, it does still show up when we start the program. That's good. So instead of using this one, when we bump into a character, we can still move this back to her over there. Let's delete that one. We delete a block or get rid of a block by dragging it up over there and then throwing it away up there. So what we want to say is that here on Norma, when she is finished doing this, moving all the way over there, she should send like a secret message over to this litter so that it knows that she's there and that she's done with her moving, and then it should move up and then disappear. So to do that, we're going to need a special event kind of block, and this one is special, this one particularly over here, which is send orange message or send orange start message. So we drag that down here. See how it clicks on just over there. Oh, I love the sounds it makes. So now let's see if that changes anything. If that does anything different, I wonder if we're going to be able to see this orange message. No, we don't. Okay, so we don't see this orange message, but it is being sent in the background there. It's just that no one is listening for it. Nobody wants to take that message or do anything with that message. We want our litter to do something with that message. So I'm going to select our litter over here. Again, we see the orange highlight, and we come over to our events. And now we have this block over here, this event, which says start on orange message. So when the litter receives this orange message, then it should go up and disappear. Let's see if that works. Oh, you know what? Let's make it nice and full screen so we can see very nicely. Let's see if Kaylee's idea has worked here. There she goes across. And there we go. Whoa, did you see how that worked? That was really, really cool. So we're going to be able to see, we're going to play it one more time, and I want you to look carefully for when this code over here runs. If you're still not quite sure what it does, look carefully for when this runs. So we know that Norma walks over, and when she's done walking over, she sends this orange message, which we don't see. And let's look carefully for when this litter runs this code. So there she walks over. Watch carefully for when it changes colors. Do you see that? When Norma got all the way over there, that's when this happened. Kaylee, that was an excellent way of solving that problem, of helping us to figure that out. And now we have Norma picking that up. Okay, so we've got the building blocks for making something very cool here, I think, and I hope that you're starting to understand it a little bit more. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to our other thinking that we've sort of developed throughout the week of what if we could build a robot that could be in the water, in the ocean or the sea, or even in a lake, for goodness sake, and could find litter and pick it up. That would be very, very cool. Okay, so to do that, we're going to create a brand new project. I'm going to tap home over here, and this will take us back to our projects. Here's all the projects that I've made over here, and some of these we've done together as well to create a new project. remember, we come over here to where there is this cross, this plus sign. Mobile device like a cell phone or a tablet, then you'll see Scratch the cat over here. It doesn't really matter who you see to start off with, because you're going to be able to add in and create your very own characters as well. So let us get rid of tick. So what we are going to do now is we are going to remove tick. To do that, we do a long press on tick, and then it starts to wiggle, and we see this X, and then when we tap the X, then tick is gone. Okay, so now first thing I think that we need to do is to add in the background. Where do you think we should go to add in the background for our scene, for our program? Where should we click and where should we go? How do you think we could add in a background? Oh, Khanya thinks she knows it. Khanya, where do you think we should go to add in a background?
I think you should go at where you take some trees and a character, or you can press on the plus.
Okay, so maybe on this plus, let's try that one out. Thank you for that thinking there, Khanya. So let's see if we tap on the plus, if we can see a background. So that'll be a whole setting for this whole background. Let's look here. We've got some pictures that we've drawn together. And we've got people. Oh, we've got some trees that could help us to add to it, but we're going to be in the water, underwater. So I don't know if the trees will make a lot of sense underwater, although you do get underwater or in the sea forests. I learned about that this past week. It was very, very cool to learn about that. Okay, so we don't have a full background here. So maybe it's not going to be there. Let's try somewhere else. Kaylee, yes, where do you think we should go to add in a background?
The picture at the top.
The picture at the top. This picture over here.
Yes. Yes.
Ah, that one. Okay, let's try that. Let's see if that helps us along the way. Ah, well done, Kelly. Great thinking. So now we can see this is a place that we can add in a background. And we've said that we want to be in the sea. Can you see one that looks like it's underwater, or that looks like it's in the sea? It might be small on your, if you're on a cell phone or maybe on a smaller tablet. Yes, Zoe, do you see it somewhere? Where do you see an underwater kind of place? Can you see one, or are we going to have to draw our very own? Do you see it?
At the bottom.
At the bottom, let's look carefully. Ah, there we go. Well spotted. Thank you for helping us with that. So I've tapped it once, which means that it's selected. And then I can tap the tick. That's one way of getting it. Oh, there we go. That looks great. That looks like a very nice underwater scene. Good thinking. Okay, and now we need to add in some rubbish. Should we go ahead and draw our rubbish again? I think it's really great when we do that. So let's draw our litter again. We're going to come over to here and tap the plus, and we're going to choose this paintbrush over here. And let's choose that over there. Yes, Lumi, what did you want to add to that? Lumi, it was good to see that you joined us again. Yes, Lumi, what did you want to say?
I was saying that, are you guys done in the other project?
Oh, yes, we are with Norma's project. Tell you what, before we finish, then, well, actually, you know what? We're going to be using a lot of the things that we learned from that one in this project. So this is just kind of the next step in that. But if you did miss that completely, then you can go back to when this video is uploaded. You can watch that part. Otherwise, if we have time in the last 2 or 3 minutes, then we can just pop over and we'll look at that again. Okay, Lumi? Great. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so now we've got to create our litter, our rubbish that we would expect to find in the sea. We want it to be in the sea there. That's why we're going to create a robot who can maybe swim on over or move over and actually pick up that rubbish. What shape should we start off with the rubbish? We've got, we can draw a line. We can create a circle. we can create a square or a rectangle, and we can create a triangle, so a circle or an oval. Which one should we choose? Yes, Lumi, which shape do you think we should choose for our litter or the rubbish that we would find in the sea? Do you have an idea for that, Lumi? Okay, we're going to jump on over to, let's see, Khanya. Yes, Khanya, what shape do you think we should use?
I think the oval. For the submarine.
Oh, okay. So do we want our rubbish to look like a submarine? Interesting. You know what? I like the idea of submarine. I think we should save the oval shape of the submarine for our robots, because we're going to draw our robot next together. Oh, I like that thinking. Let's not forget that. Kaylee, what shape do you think our rubbish should be, the litter that's in the sea?
If we're making a plastic bottle, the square.
Okay, let's go with the square for now, because of course we can go in and create as many as we want. We're just going to see a little bit together how we can do it, and then you're going to have the chance to go ahead and make your very own one with as much kind of litter and all of that as you can. So to get rid of it, I tapped on the scissors and then I tapped on the lines, and that's how I removed it. So here we go. We can choose our square shape, and let's make it a square, something like that. And then let's choose one of these colors. How about, okay, which color should we choose? Yes, Lumi, which color do you think we should choose for our square plastic bit of rubbish?
I was just saying that my characters moved into the sea underwater.
Ooh. Oh, that's really cool. That's a great discovery and great planning along the way there. That's very, very cool that your character can move into the sea. And we might get onto it tomorrow. I think we should. We can finish off this project by having our robot come out of the sea and then throw it away in a recycling plant, for example. Something like that I think will be very, very cool. Yes, Zoe, did you want to add an idea to that? Or did you want to say what color we should make this plastic? We've got access to lots of different colors over here. Which color do you think that we should use for our plastic? Yeah.
I can't do the square.
Oh, you're struggling to do the square. That's all right. You can choose whichever shape you would like. So to choose that shape, then you tap on the one that you want to choose over here. So if you just want to do a squiggly line, you can choose that, circle, that one, then a square or a rectangle, or that one over there. So try out lots of different ones and then see which one helps you to make your rubbish in the sea. I'm going to choose a color for us. I'm going to choose this light orange. And then to fill it in, I'm going to choose this paint bucket, just like we did earlier this week. And we'll fill that in. Okay, so we've got some orange plastic. And let's get it all tangled in some seaweed. So I've chosen a line, I've chosen green, and let's make it look nice and interesting like that. Oh, and let's even choose different shades of green. So it looks even more interesting, like it's got lots of seaweed kind of wrapped up in it. That actually looks kind of sad to me that there's rubbish like this in the sea. It's not nice to remember that. Yes, Zoe, what else did you want to ask? Was there anything else, Zoe? Okay, cool. We'll come back to that. Oh, yes, Zoe.
I can't do the circle.
Oh, really? Okay. So why don't you just try with one of the other ones and just see what shapes you can do in that? Because remember, in Scratch Junior, it's very difficult to actually do something completely wrong. You can just play around, tap around. And earlier in the week, we did go through a few more of those functions. So you can look at the video. I don't think it was, it was yesterday. Yesterday, we also drew that another piece of litter. So if you look at yesterday's video, then that'll also help you a bit with that. But don't worry if it goes wrong. Code goes wrong all the time, and we change it and we learn from our mistakes in it. So keep going for it, Zoe. I'm sure you will get there. Let's have a look at our litter again over here. And what we want to do, that's a little bit too big for us. We can do this little shortcut over here of under looks. We've got this grow bigger and shrink smaller and change to your normal size. So I'm just going to bring it in here and I'm just going to tap this a few times. And there we've got, oh, that's maybe a little bit too small. Hey, let's make it a bit bigger. With that one, actually, you know what? It did look good like that. Let's go with that, because then when we make it full screen, then we can see it over there. And let's have it stuck over here in this seaweed. Okay, and now when we push the green flag, do you think anything's going to happen? Nope. Oh, it just kind of goes back to that place over there. Okay, so let's start with it. Stay over there. Okay. And now what we need is we need to design a robot that's going to be able to pick this rubbish up. Look, character, we're going to make one together, but remember, in your project, you can go ahead and make it look however you want. So I tapped new character, then the paintbrush, and we said that it should be kind of like a submarine. I love that idea. So we're going to grab a circle and make an oval. There you go. That one looks good. Remember, to draw it, you start by tapping down and then holding down, and then you drag it out. And then when you're happy with the shape, then you let go. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of that. What else do you think we should add to our robot here that's going to help us with collecting rubbish in the sea, collecting plastic and all those things in the sea? What else could we add over here? And we need to think about, what do we want it to do? We want it to be able to pick up, to be able to detect or see if there is rubbish. Okay, so we might need some of those sort of parts. Yes, Kaylee, what do you think we should have?
We should have eyes and arms onto it.
Oh,
and how we can do that is get the circle for the eyes and make a circle. And then the arms, you can make a squarish place.
Okay. I'm going to make some funny looking eyes over there. Let's fill them in. Good. And then you said we can use, that's great. I like that idea. And then we can use these for the arms. How are we going to get these arms to look nice? Maybe like that? No, it doesn't look great like that. Let me try again, and let's change it to the color of the rest of it. So let's say, actually, you know what I'm going to do for the arms is I'm just going to draw these. So I think we could use the square, and you can use it in yours, but I'm going to say, here are the arms like that, and like that, and like that. And maybe we can give it lots of arms so that it can pick up rubbish kind of anywhere that it's going. I'm going to give it an arm over here. Whoa, remember, this is a robot that we can design and we can change and we can make it as interesting as we want. So now this will be able to pick up rubbish maybe wherever it goes. Well, that one looks a little bit wonky. Let me get rid of that one. And let's draw just one more over there. Okay, so I think that is a great looking robot. We're going to make it green as well. Oh, you know what? I like how this robot looks. I think we might need to give our robot a name. It does look a little bit big. It might struggle to get in between kind of the cracks and find the rubbish. So should we make it maybe a bit bigger, because it needs to pick up bigger pieces of rubbish as well. So let's get it just over there. And let's hear from Khanya. Yes, Khanya.
I think the name should be Roby.
Roby. Oh, I like that. Roby the robot. That's brilliant. Okay, so we've got Roby the robot, and up here we can actually change Roby's name. So let's call it Roby. There we go. I like that. Roby. And now we won't forget that this is Roby. Okay, so we're going to just get this far for today, because I want to quickly show you one of the ways that you might go about sharing this. So how you might be able to send it to me. So the first way that you can do that is you can ask your mom and dad or whoever's with you for help with a screen recorder. There are a lot of devices that have that built in already. So you can look around on your device, your tablet or your phone for that. Otherwise, the other way, the sort of official way for doing that will look a little something like this. This is how we're going to go share our projects. And this is on an Android device, but it'll be the same sort of thing when you are on an Apple device. So I'm just going to play this for us here. Let's see if it plays for us nicely. I sincerely hope it does. But what you're going to see happen when we do get this to start running, if it will, it's just kind of frozen up, is you're going to be able to tap on this. There we go. In the top right-hand corner, that'll take you over here. Then parents will need to tap that For Parents button. And then you have the opportunity to share by email. And then if you do want to send this to me by email, you can send it to the email address that I'm putting in the chat right now. And then that's how you do it. You're going to be able to share it from there. It's a little bit trickier on my device. If you are really struggling, then I do recommend that screen recorder, that screen capture kind of thing. But otherwise, that is another way to share it. Okay, Zoe, I think we can take your one last question for the day before we say bye-bye. Oh, and there was something else. Oh, we wanted to see what that previous project looked like. So let's quickly jump over there. Yes, Zoe, is that what you wanted to ask? If you could see, oh no, who wanted to see it?
I can't spell Roby.
Zoe, anything you wanted to say?
I can't spell Roby.
Oh, don't you worry about that. We'll go have a look at it again tomorrow. Otherwise, see if there are some different ways. Try to think of the sound that you wanted to have. And I thought of ro, like robot, R-O, and then B, like the thing that buzzes around. Buzz. So that's why I put B-E-E. So ro-B. So try to spell it how it sounds, which doesn't always work in English, but it does work in this case. So Lumi, I think you were wanting to see what the project ended up looking like. And this is how we got it to look, with Norma walking over, picking up that rubbish and then putting it away, keeping it with her until she could find a rubbish bin. And the way that we did that was by saying that when Norma over here, when she's done walking, then she sends an orange message in the background. And then you are able to, after that, then when the litter receives that orange message, then it should go up a little bit and then disappear, just like that. So for the, Kaylee's just asking, do you want the recording in full screen or edit mode? Really, anyone. So however you want. So I think, yeah, let's go with edit mode, actually. Let's try that, because it'll be big enough that we can see it. And then we can also see the code going on a little bit. Otherwise, if you do want to do it in full screen as well, that's great. We can even ask you about the code that you've put in. I hope that does make sense. All right, but that's going to do it for our time today. Thank you so much for joining us. Tomorrow is our last day together for a little while, but I'm sure we'll see each other again. Thank you for all the fun and all the interaction and all that we could do together today. I'm looking forward to seeing what you can make and what you are going to come up with that's going to help so many people. So keep coding, excuse me, keep warm and have an absolutely awesome day. Thank you and bye-bye.